That's pretty cool. Well, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to Freedom to Fight. I'm your host, Anura Mathis, and I have a very special episode to share with you today. I have the honor of interviewing Thomas Moore. He is a Navy veteran. He's well trained in BJJ, gi and no gi. He's well traveled. He's well sponsored. He's well spoken. He's a father of 3 and husband. He's an incredible person, and I think you'll really enjoy this episode. Thanks for listening. Maybe it's starting.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll work it.
There it goes. It says recording on my end. Does it say recording?
Yes, it says record now.
Okay, good. I had some technical problems before our interview, and I was working on it last night and this morning. So I'm glad it looks like it's working out. So, well, Thomas, welcome to my show, Freedom to Fight. I'm going to give you a chance to introduce yourself. I'm the host, Anura Mathis of Freedom to Fight, and I'm going to turn all my attention to you.
All right. Hi, my name's Thomas Moore, 10-year veteran of the Navy. Been to boots on ground in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Kuwait. I don't know how Navy ended up doing it without being like a SEAL or EOD or something, but I guess I was fortunately lucky and kind of unlucky. But that's just a quick synopsis. Like right now, I'm federal employee, and I guess I'm gonna be a double lifer, as you call it.
So you were in the Navy for 10 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you traveled, or you were stationed in those places, in those few countries?
Yeah, I was stationed. I started off in Pensacola, Florida. Well, I started off in Chicago for boot camp. Went to Pensacola, Florida for schooling, and that was when I got my air traffic controller certification. Then after that, went to Virginia Beach, Virginia for like a year and 8 months, and then I was in Greece for a year and a month, and then I went to Seattle, where I was on a carrier, and I was there like a year and 7 months, but we did a deployment while I was there. And then the rest of my time was in San Diego, which, San Diego is not too bad.
Yeah, that's what I hear. I have a friend over. I have got a few friends over there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I just left her, this last week.
That's right. So you're on the East Coast now.
Yes, Atlanta, Georgia. Ghetto
Oh,
ATL.
no, not East Coast. Kind of, sort of East Coast, but yes,
The
Atlanta, Georgia.
South, yeah, I guess
The
you could call it
South.
South, but it's east of everybody else.
Sure, that's true. It's east of me. I'm in Colorado, so but I'm from Texas,
Love
and
Colorado
you're
too.
yeah, it's good. It's growing on me. But are you from Texas?
Yeah, I'm originally from Texas. Yeah, the great state.
Yeah. So what part of Texas again?
Marshall, Texas. It's a small city that's hour and a half, 2 hours east of Dallas. But then it's like 20 minutes from the Louisiana state line, off
Mm-hmm.
I-20.
Yeah. I used to live in Louisiana for a brief period of time. I went to University of Louisiana at Lafayette, so I
Ah,
drive through that area. I wasn't there for very long,
oh,
and it abruptly ended. So I started grad school there, but
uh,
came home quick.
no, hey, that's great though. At least you decided to take that leap away from home. But so where'd you get your degree from?
I got both my undergrad and my graduate degree in Texas. So University of Texas and then Texas Wesleyan for my graduate program. But that's really why I came up to Colorado, was to start a PhD program, hopefully. But pandemic time, issues with my past university that I won't get into because it's still going on. But
Understood.
but that was my intention in moving up here. So to be in school forever.
Well, you have one of them little learning minds where you're always trying to achieve as far as work accomplishments, and you'll never be fed enough knowledge. I've ran into quite a bit of different people along my career line. Yep.
So that's exactly how my mind works. And that's probably why I love BJJ, GJJ, martial arts in general, because it's just there's so much to learn. You never stop learning.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
tell me, Thomas, how did you find Brazilian Jiu Jitsu? Or I don't know if you practice GJJ.
Uh, I guess I was introduced to it as a child, but I was too young to want to accept it. I think my dad tried to introduce it to me because he did kickboxing when I was young, and I didn't know who the Gracies were, but I heard him saying something about a Gracie. And he was trying to introduce it to me then, but I was like, man, Dad, that's whack. I play football, basketball. Why would I want to do that mess? You know what I'm saying? So I was busy thinking about that and wanting to play when it was first, if I'm talking about when it technically was first introduced to me. But after that, I would say when I was in Afghanistan in 2010, it was the guy, dang, Souza. I'm trying to think of his last name, but he is like a Dominican fella who is steady trying to. Dang, I can't even think his name. But yeah, he was trying to introduce it to me in Afghanistan, and I was like, because all I did was lift weights in the military, because that's what everybody did. And out there in Afghan, it gave us GNC gave us unlimited protein, creatine, like basically a lot of things, because you're in a war zone, and had Gatorade and Rip It. I guess that's the energy drink that we had just sitting everywhere, water and all that stuff. So all I was doing was lifting weights, but every once in a while I swing by there with them and I try to do something, but it didn't really catch me until I came back to the States. And I left San Diego, which is one of the meccas of BJJ. I came at Atlanta, so it was like that American Top Team gym. I think it was my jujitsu coach, Professor Majid, and then the Lima brothers. I think one's in Bellator, the other one's in the UFC. I went to their gym. There's an AT and ATT, and that was when I started partaking like 6 years ago. I know I made that way longer than it had to be.
No, no, I'm listening.
Mhm.
I'm really new to this realm of things, just
Yeah.
and I've never competed. So you have a wealth of knowledge that I'd like to hear about and share with my audience.
Hmm.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna shift over because you did recently compete, and I just brought up competing, and I want to talk about that because I had intentions to compete before my injury, and um, I'm not I'm not old, but I'm not a young athlete, so
Yes.
um, I don't know how old you are. I know if you were in the Navy for 10 years, then you're probably in my age range, and you can tell me your age if you want, but
Maybe
I
you
I
should go first, and that. Yeah, I'm supposed to open the door and let you walk in first. How you going? You try to reflect that on me.
sure. I'm 36 and I'm
Oh
proud.
man, you are old. God,
Do that.
I
That's
thought I
really
was
not
old.
funny.
No, I'm messing. No, I'm 38 though.
Okay.
But yeah, to talk about competing is a competing is not for everybody. First off, yeah, if you probably high on anxiety, it's probably not for you. If you're one of those body types or people who like to pull out of things when it's last minute, definitely not for you because they're gonna charge you anyway when you
Hmm.
pull out last minute. And you basically battling a lot of mental demons, before a competition. Mostly, I believe once you get ranked, you have a whole lot more pressure because it's like I don't want to let my coach down. I don't want to let my team down. People I train with at the gym who know you and they know how you go whenever you going. It's that type of pressure, and now the family comes, so it's kind of like you got your kids, and then you got the spouse looking at you, and you're like, damn, I can't come out here and not perform. I gotta be on top of my game, but you gotta do all that being minded. Dang, I can't even get the word out. Being modest and humble, and sometimes that can get kind of tricky because you want to come out there on some I'm about to run your ass over and I'm about to choke your ass out or submit you with the quickness, but you don't want to come out there being cocky and everybody think you're a hole. So it's
Yeah.
finding that fine middle, but you're battling demons, before a competition. Like, dang, am I good enough? Should I have even done this? And then a lot of people who looking at you on the outside, just like, dude, you the stuff. What are you thinking about? But it's like it's just one of the mental blocks you got to be prepared to cope with before you compete. So if you like competing, I say go ahead and do it. Or if you think you want, what they say, the smoke, BJJ will give you all the smoke you want.
Well, I've never competed in BJJ, but I was a distance runner when I was in school. And I did some after high school, but I'm glad you brought it up. The mental demons, because I mean this show is mental health and martial arts, and I'm a trauma therapist. So I'm the aspect of the psychological aspect of it, is yes, I know that science says that martial arts can help heal trauma, but I'm sure it can do just the opposite. If you're not in a position where you can get grounded and you're putting yourself in competition, um or even just trying to get promoted, that element of your psychology, your mental health, really matters. It really comes into play.
Definitely, I done seen that play a role with people who chose to switch gyms because they're like, hey, I haven't got promoted and I done went to such and such gym. I done beat all this same belts as me. Why am I not promoted? Or for instance, like a lot of cats I done beat in competition. Somehow I done seen them get promoted, and I'm speaking from my perspective now. I done seen them get promoted, but you know, each gym is different. But see, I'm new to my belt, so when I'm beating them, it's like you're beating them because you're competing, and maybe you caught them on a bad day. I'm almost say for some of them, but then it's just I done seen people who done left gyms because of that. I done seen people who they're just thinking about what do I have to do next to get promoted and not actually getting better at the art, which is pros and cons to that. And yeah, it's just tricky, in the end, that's another thing where you see people who are comparing themselves instead of, just working on themselves, just focusing. And when your time come, it's gonna come. And I have seen some people though where they should have been promoted though. I done seen some where I'm like, man, I don't know how this dude is still like a blue belt or a white belt. Like,
Hmm.
but if they're not showing up though, that's another reason why, a lot of professors or coaches won't promote you because consistency, that still plays a role. But I done ran into some cats who they just naturally blessed, like, hey, they got the juice.
It's a good expression. Um, yeah, I recently moved, so the gyms that I was a part of, I'm not a part of anymore.
Mhm.
unfortunately, and right during my injury too. So, um, I feel very fortunate for being promoted. I have two stripes on my white belt, but I wasn't I wasn't approaching it as, oh, I'm a part of this group and I'm going to get promoted. I didn't think that was going to happen, but I'm glad that I was included, just at, an equal as everybody else. And I see my training as, the commitment to my training as a commitment to myself and to my life, my mental health. And so being recognized for that, I mean, even in the scope of, preparing for competition or what have you, like, that
Mhm.
matters a lot. It really does. Like, and then if you don't get promoted, that's the other side of it, is like, if you felt like you deserved it. I don't know how to rectify that. I read something online that somebody sued their instructor because they didn't get promoted. I want to ask you how you feel about that.
Well, going on the legality side is that's a bit extreme, man. That's what I would say about that part. That's a bit extreme. I would say if you feel like it's that bad, just find a home or a gym that you feel like better fits you. Because I seen some people at other gyms where they trying to ride it out, but that might not be the gym for you. It's kind of like me as a bigger guy. If I'm a bigger guy and I go to a gym where the coach is 120, he's gonna show you little guy moves. So I need to go probably to a gym where it's a bigger coach because he's gonna show moves that's more beneficial to my body type. Now you do got coaches who could teach you everything. It's just, is their teaching style your style? You know how people are hands on and some coaches
Mhm.
are hands on, how some people are more methodical. You got to run into that type of professor who's going to teach to your style, and I think that could help a lot of people out who sometimes get left behind the curve because you don't have that little connection as far as how to learn. You might be closing them out because that's not your learning type. It's just you got to know yourself though. That's really how I see it. But I done seen some people just not. They don't want to make a switch because trying to be loyal, and then some just they're just there. But it actually helps me personally to keep me in shape because honestly, if I wasn't doing BJJ, because I quit lifting weights once I started. It just keeps me in shape. That's the best way I can say it. Like the
Mhm.
cardio, I can't simulate the cardio because running on a treadmill is nothing like rolling with other people because you just can't simulate it, honestly. Because
Mhm.
I ran all over the treadmill, and then it didn't help me when I made it back to the gym because I was taking
Yeah.
time to go, and it just didn't work. So hold on, man.
It's
Yo,
okay.
y'all go upstairs, man. Go, go. Yes, now those are the daughters, the 4 and 6 year old, the youngest two.
I was just about to ask you.
Sure. Yeah, no, we just added, well, we didn't add it. We just built this super playroom. So it's kind of like I got the movie room on this side, I got the playroom on this side. So they wait till they don't see me upstairs. They must have ran around like in living room and stuff there, and then went upstairs again, and they didn't see me. So they're just running after me, man. Yeah,
Oh,
sorry
good.
about
That's
that.
okay. It's okay. I've got a puppy here that's already
Oh
making
my God, you slid the
so.
puppy in there? I thought you
No kids, no kids. She's
thought you was
my
gonna say a
kid.
toddler or something.
She's a toddler. It's a dog. Yeah,
Yeah,
she's
oh, you
almost
gotta
two.
keep up with them. But when they're trained, they can make it without eating longer than these kids can.
Sure, yeah. She just
Peter will
waits
give you a
until
little
I.
bit more of a gap than I could get.
Very, very true. If I leave
what
her
kind of dog?
alone, she's a terrier mix. She's a pit bull terrier mix. She's
Ah,
there's
nice
pictures
dog.
on my Instagram.
Oh, I'm gonna check it
She's
out.
all over. Yeah,
Yeah,
Rosie.
I'm gonna check it out.
She'll wait until I don't come home and then she'll tear something up if I take too long. So
Well,
that happened
it's
last
part of
night.
the anger management. She's just letting you know you've been gone too long. Like what you do.
Exactly. Check yourself.
Yeah, you're giving somebody my time. Yeah, I feel that dog. Claim my time.
So you have three daughters. I'm sorry. Do you have two or three
Yeah,
daughters?
two boys and three girls.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And the wife want more, so it's like, no, I'm not about to play that game. Not finna play that game. Yeah, no.
I come from a big family too. I've got five siblings. So,
So you planning on having what, 5 or 6 yourself?
oh no, that's an interesting question. That just the opposite. I had enough. I was, we all grew up together. I had a younger brother. They have kids. I'm good. I'm good. Maybe another dog.
Financially, though, I would be, yeah, I would have been cool financially probably a few years ago if I didn't have no kids. Yeah, I probably would have been
Yeah.
set the way I've been working it now. I would have been set already a few years ago if I didn't have no kids. By having, yeah, five, and she wants to have another one.
It's an investment, and
Oh,
I'm like,
lifetime
pandemic's still
investment.
here, and I'm trying to get established here, and I just moved, and it's better this way. And
Mhm.
and I really, really like to train. I'm not training as much as I did in preparation for competition, but um I need that. Like I need to roll. The
Mhm.
gym that I'm joining that's not allowed at the level that I'm at until
Which
I
gym
I,
you
I
going to?
it's a Gracie gym here in Grand Junction,
You don't want to
Colorado.
expose them. Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
no, I do. I want them on my show. I think they're gonna come on my
No, I'm
show.
saying which
Um
Gracie. It's a couple of them. Is the one of the Gracie Bajas out there?
no, it's I'm not prepared to answer this question. It's a
Oh,
Gracie Grand Junction. It's
hey,
Gracie
you should have
Grand
just said,
Junction.
"Hey, I'm gonna tell you
Dang
later."
it.
But
Dang.
dang.
I think it's Gracie Grand Junction. I think that's just what it's called. I think it's a certified gym. It's family owned. It's a small gym in I mean, it's rare. It's rare to find. Grand Junction is kind of small to begin with, and it's
I
on the
think I was out your way. Like, are you closer to the airport when I was out there? Yeah, see, I looked at their gym probably because I just Googled a lot of them. And I think it's a 10th planet, but it was on the west side. But I was like southeast or something near the airport. And there was like another one. The 10th planet was on the west side. I went to high altitude, which was over that way as well. And it was another gym that I tried to go to before I had to go down La Junta, Colorado. Before I had to go all the way down there, I was looking for gyms around Denver. So I might have seen it. It's just they probably were closed because it was between 10th planet and when I went to high altitude.
it's a small gym. I think they've been there 6 years, maybe.
Okay.
And it's just husband and wife, and their gym is pretty much full, but it's just the beginning program until I think it's the first 8 months that you can't roll. And I really need that. I need to have, I mean, if I can do that kind of on the side with my instructor or something, like I
Mm.
need to have that experience, because that's really how
Oh,
I
yeah.
learn.
You
And so
learn
I
on the
don't,
job. That's like
yeah.
learning on the job when they're saying, "All right, just go. You do it, and I'm gonna correct you as you make a mistake." That's how you learn your limit and what you need to improve on. But I guess practicing and drilling, that is very vital. A lot of people probably exempt it after they make it to a certain level, but I would say drills is definitely vital as far as improving your BJJ. In time, because I've been exposed to, or I've been I done slipped on it a little bit from time to time, so I definitely realized the difference when I started back, like drilling techniques and stuff so I could improve on.
Mhm. And I practiced writing down what we covered in class and trying to make notes about that, reviewing the notes. I started doing voice notes. My intention is to make mental health tools with BJJ. So like
Mm.
the movements, like having that be depicted, but like symbols, like mnemonics for people to remember what the moves are, but incorporate that into, treating depression and other things like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I'm working on. So I'm really immersed in this culture now,
Okay.
because it'll help me as a professional too.
No, it definitely will, and it's it's other like veteran programs out there that I think assist people with getting into BJJ because like the mental health side that's very beneficial. Like I know Catch a Lift was one of them that they give them like a year membership, so you could use that for like somebody who want to start BJJ out there with you. Um,
Hmm.
Trying to think of the other one. What is it? Redefy? Yeah, they I think give people help them out for a year or something. So yeah, you find people in Colorado. At least you get them started, and you can find out if it's beneficial for them. But I got a lot of veterans, mostly when I was out there in Chicago with like that Wounded Warrior program for like a few weeks. I had a lot of them who were saying they were doing it wasn't exactly MMA, but it was a form of some type of grappling art that was very beneficial with them saying relieving their tension because they're they're getting all that stuff out their system, all that they were pretty pissed off. Yeah, yeah. I started just a little angry, but yeah, and then it built some of their confidence, the ones that's dealing with that depression shit, because that depression one was extreme. As far as any time I had to do some of those trauma programs in the groups. Yeah, it seemed like that one holds people back more than anything. Survivors of remorse or guilt. Yeah. So, but for me, BJJ, like I said, it's been very beneficial for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but I definitely could say it'll help you long term wise. As far as it's like a physical therapy, but it's not what people think per se when you say physical therapy.
Sure, yeah. Um, when I first started in the field, my goal was to work with veterans solely. And I tried that. I tried a few avenues, trying to get a job with the government. It just, and with the VA, it just was almost impossible for that to happen.
And
But
they are hiring out the butt right now.
I
VA
know.
on the IRS. Hey, mostly after that last bill that passed through that Biden campaign, that was IRS won out of everybody. But the VA, yeah, see, I don't want to talk bad about them, but
Well,
they need them bad. Is all I'm gonna say. Yeah, yeah. It's just the retention rate there is in the toilet. So that's why they need therapists. They need examiners. They need raters. Man, they need everything. And I'm
no,
not even trying to talk about them, but yeah, it's just it is what it is. So
and
I'm
I know that.
surprised if you try it now. It just takes forever for them to reach back out to you. That's the thing about anything federal wise, man. Because Lord knows I've been overqualified for jobs, and I'll be like, so what took so long for the phone interview? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
So I know what you're saying is true because I've worked in these systems for a while. And the reason why I wanted to work with veterans because it's a vulnerable population. It's,
Mhm,
black and brown people, there any marginalized group. I'm wanting to provide free services if I can.
mhm,
But it's because I'm going to be vocal because this is my show. Um, these are my opinions. I don't. It's because even saying thank you for your service, I think to me that sounds like an insult because I don't want to say thank you for your service and then not offer you anything. I want to offer a a worry-free and obstacle-free healthcare and life for someone that's given their life. It's
mhm.
it's just insulting to me to just say, I can say that to a veteran, but what are we actually doing? And there's a veteran that really impacted my life when I was in my undergraduate program.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at IHOP for a long time. That's how I made ends meet. But he was a homeless man, and he would
Mm-hmm.
come in almost every day, but collecting his change to buy pancakes or something like that, or
Mm-hmm.
a cup of coffee. And for some reason, my manager, the owner, did not like this homeless man and had a problem. And I've always been like this since I was really, really little, but
Mm-hmm.
picking on somebody that's vulnerable is that will, I'll just get lit up. I can't let that go. And so I would make sure that he was fed. I would give my tip, I would buy him a meal or
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, but just to try to explain to my boss that um that wasn't from, this wasn't his country of origin. Like he he came from a different country, and so he just didn't, I don't think he understood that our systems are not set up to take care of our veterans, and it should not ever be that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let you respond so we can talk about this.
Yeah, when you talk about systems, that's something that's gonna go past our lifetime before it's ever, I would say, halfway corrected. And you got to think, that's, shit, I guess I've been locked in government kind of in some shape or form, all my all my life after high school, basically. Yeah, so it's slow. Yeah, maybe that's the best way I can say it. It's slow, and the system is definitely broken. So as far as us getting close to equal treatment, that is a that is something maybe my grandkids might see based off of everything we push for during our timeline. But yeah, the system as far as veterans, and then if you talk about black and brown folk, it is way outdated and beyond times because there's still laws to this day still need to be thrown out slash amended if they like to go that route because it gets great. Basically, you know, a lot of people who aren't in the government or aren't uh, legally educated, they think everything's black and white, and they think because my buddy said this, that's how it works. So I guess I don't. I used to waste energy having that conversation, trying to educate people on it, but I've learned from the past that it ain't even where I don't even want to. I would say to really break that curse, I wish more folks would teach their children financial literacy, because if you teach them that, that'll change the whole scope of what they have to deal with as they grow up. But as far as veterans or homeless veterans, it is a group of people who probably frown upon the homeless, but they don't have that mindset in my eyes to empathize with what the homeless person going through. Because I met a homeless guy in Seattle, but he was homeless by choice. He said he chose to be homeless. Now he didn't look dirty, because I remember he asked for money, and I said, "How are you homeless?" And then he didn't look dirty, but he was like, "Yeah, I actually chose to be." And that's, yeah, for me. I'm like, I can't see it because, yeah, I just couldn't see me choosing to be homeless because that's, like I say, that's not my mind type, or that's not my style. Is to say I'll accept being homeless. I'll go through living check to check like most of America before I accept to being homeless. But that part as well would suck because it's like there's a lot of what the statistics I think say, what is it, like 80, mid 80s of people who don't have a couple thousand in their savings account. So it
Yeah.
sounds like 80, let's say 85% roughly living check to check anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not speaking down on it. I'm just saying I would do that before I go homeless. Yeah, yeah. But
Well, I have some experience working with that population, but and
mhm,
I can't speak to, that's I don't have enough of a context to speak on that situation specifically. But I did talk to a woman here after I moved here, and she said that that's really the situation she was in, that she had to make herself homeless
mhm,
because she was getting beat up at home by her parents. So it wasn't an option. And I think that, I mean, I started working in the mental health field in foster care, and the home population of homeless youths, it's just our systems are not setting people up to make sure that this is not just a continuous cycle. And going from having a stable home in foster care, or at least stable services if it's a group home, to then not setting them up to be successful, of course they're going to be on the street. It just, and I don't think there's enough education around um, all of the other factors that go into how somebody becomes homeless, or the definition of homelessness. It's
mhm,
not just not having, some people live in their cars, some people have a place that they're not, it's, they might have three jobs. It's not that they don't have, they're not working, but they
mhm.
still can't afford a house, or some sort of stable living situation.
Yeah, it's. I guess some people get trapped in that mindset of they don't want to buy as well. Who I spoke to when I think about classmates and family, where you're like, it'd be more beneficial for you to buy, but a lot of them are like, I don't want that debt. And I said, well, you got your master's degree, right? And then that's usually where I started off, because a lot of them are educated on the family side, but it's just like, yeah, they're educated, but yeah, I don't, I don't understand the rent before buying. But you are right, though. Homeless don't mean. I guess when people hear homeless, they think on the street, but it is people who I know work a job, but they go to a shelter at night, which is unfortunate. But I know a lot of those in Texas, though. Not,
Mhm.
I haven't met enough people out here in Georgia to honestly say I know people out here in Georgia and how they're living, but and I've been out here a while though. Unfortunately, like I GPS everywhere I go. And that's sad. I've been out here technically since the end of 2012. Well, I guess I had a traveling job when I first came, but since 2013, I guess, and I still GPS everywhere I go, almost.
Well, I've never been to Georgia, but
Mhm.
I still have to do that in Texas. Um, I definitely have to do that here. And just to say, I was a Lyft driver for a while, and
Mm,
I even picked someone up here, and I
mhm.
drove him to a shelter. So I picked him up from work, and I took him to a shelter, or to get in line to
Wow.
get into the shelter. It just it really isn't. I've experienced homelessness before. It wasn't that I was living on the street. It
Mhm,
was just that we didn't have a home. And
mhm,
so reaching out to churches and things. The park down the road here is in the center of the park. I mean, I'm sorry, the park is in the center of the area. There's a Red Cross and there's a church on either side of the park, which both are supposed to help with housing, but there's
exactly.
homeless people sleeping in the park, and it's wintertime. I don't know, as mental health professionals, social workers, everybody under that tier, what we think we're doing in solving this problem. I don't
Mhm,
think that that's happening. I don't think that we are all having a conversation about the solution. I think it's really just maintaining the problem and making incremental changes. But there's people that have really high salaries that I've called over to the Red Cross several times and nobody's returned my call.
Mhm.
Why? What if I didn't have a regular phone to call and that was the only time I could call to get help? That could have saved my life. It shouldn't be set up where people are not taking this seriously.
It's unfortunate that that's the way it is, and like we were saying earlier, I'm gonna echo the system is flawed, and it's gonna take a while for it to probably be halfway corrected because that's just the way it was created, and it's not beneficial to most people. I'll just say not even half the people, honestly. And if you're not financially stable, it's probably even harder. And if you don't have connections where you're networking, like you were saying, you were reaching out for assistance. If you're not knowing the right names to call, where they're gonna call somebody below them, and they'll reach out to you to make sure your assistance start, or at least to get your foot in the door. That's just yeah, that's one of them unfortunate truths that you'll never get the light shined on. As much as people will talk about it, it might be trending. Let's say that if somebody with a big name talk about it for a day or two or a week, but what will somebody do in the end? Nothing. Maybe it'll be a tax write off when it's near the end of the year, and a lot of people don't understand how or why. All right, now celebrities coming out to give you a gift. Now they're selling. All right, we're going to give this to the nonprofit, or we're going to give it. That's a tax write-off. But a lot of people looking at it as, oh, at least they donated. Oh, they donated because they want that tax write-off, and that's basically so they don't pay taxes. Like, tell me this, then. Now that we're talking about that. How did I end up paying dang near 5 figures back in taxes? But then I heard Amazon and Delta, which I use both of them, got a damn tax refund. That's what I don't
Yeah.
understand because I'm not
Yeah.
making I'm not making a drop of the profits they bring in. How the hell am I paying? You know what I'm saying? How am I paying that much in taxes
I
when we're being
can't say any
upfront
I
with it?
can't say anything about Amazon. I have to be quiet because
Oh
I'll
yeah,
never
I
stop
got
talking
two
about
orders coming right
Amazon.
now.
No, I
Matter of fact,
mean,
I have one going to Ohio right now, but then I have like two or three coming to the house. So it's like I rock with them, but like I said, at the same time, I have stock. I think in both of them still, but at the same time, it's like, all right, you get a tax refund,
you can
and
say you can say whatever you want, regardless if you're buying products for them or not. I can say whatever I want about Amazon. I'm just gonna choose not to because we have other things to cover. Um, Amazon, you'll never stop hearing me talk about Amazon, so I'm gonna
and
move on.
let me find out you one of them shooter van drivers.
No, no, no,
Instead of
no, not
lifting
at
you,
all.
let me get you out there driving or having somebody drive a shooter van for you.
No,
Oh
not
man,
at all. Not at all. I would just challenge these practices where
yeah,
we're supporting them not being held to the standard of everybody else. That does not produce healthy relationships or healthy people.
yes.
So, I'm going to move on and talk to you more about Brazilian Jiu Jitsu because you competed recently, and my
Mhm.
two next questions are talking about biggest regret and biggest achievement in the scope of competition. This wasn't your first time competing, right?
No,
This
no,
recent,
this wasn't my first time.
and you've been to worlds before. You're ranked at right?
Yes, I went to Worlds last year for the first time, and that was when I got second.
Hmm.
But this time around, I was planning on getting first, but I got disqualified in the quarterfinals. Yeah, with it's like 2 minutes, 15 seconds left, and they disqualified me. But what's funny is me and the guy didn't know why the ref stopped it because we butted heads at the beginning of the match, so his head kind of split, but they put like the little bandage over it because they'll wrap your head and have y'all keep going. But then they stopped it again, and I was like, maybe because your lip, is kind of a little busted. But then when he stopped it, while we're just sitting there, waiting for him to come back, that was when he came back and told me I was disqualified. And when I asked him why, he said the dude was attempting to do a submission or something when I ended up stepping out of bounds, and we pulled the tape, but they was like once he already announced it, it was already established. But for anybody out there, look at Flow Grappling, Thomas Moore on Mat 10, and that'll confirm what I'm saying. And man, my competitor, he actually ended up winning it, and I told him, after they disqualified me, I was a good sport. I wasn't bitching about it or raining on his parade. I wasn't happy they did that though, but it's one of those, you got to be able to accept it and move on, because just beating a dead horse or just letting it overwhelm you. I think the first time I had ever lost, I was overwhelmed and being pissed slash sad I lost, because I think I had won like my first 16 matches before I finally lost one. And the first one I lost, my mom came from Texas, my brother came from Texas. I'm not warming up. I'm over here talking to them while, while we're like 10 minutes out, like, oh yeah, man, I'm about to whoop this. We finna eat this steak. I'm gonna take y'all here. We gonna go to Lennox, yeah. We gonna buy a couple things, and I'm already planning on what we gonna do. And when I lost my first match, I remember I damn started tearing up. Hell yeah, I started tearing up because I, I guess I was shocked slash I felt like I didn't perform how I wanted to perform when I had family that then came in town, and it was more to visit me, but it just happened to be when I was competing. And then, I didn't know the rules then, because what I did, the dude was on top of me, so I rolled him with like, I guess 30 seconds left, but I didn't know you had to free your head. I'm thinking I already got the points, and I'm thinking I'm ahead, so it's more ignorant of the rules, or at least that
Okay.
part. And like I said, yeah, and that was the first time I cried probably since like Afghanistan.
Wow.
Hell
Okay.
yeah. So that was a while, but yeah, man, and but it ain't like I was just boo-hooing. I'm saying I teared up and shit. Of course, grown ass
Meaning,
man, you have to hurry up and wipe your eyes or something. But I know I felt when I felt, and then I still
I
had some matches to go. But no, this time around, I lost in the quarterfinals because I got disqualified, and luckily, I don't know if I want to say luckily, but the guy who I went against, he is a good competitor, and he won it, which that's hot for him. But at the same time, and then every time he posts and about it, I've been saying congrats to him, and it's a video of me. But I told him, hey, I since he say he live in the DC area, I told him, maybe I'll fly out there the next event because you know I'm gonna definitely have to bless him, when we run back into each other. But yeah,
so
you know
so
who
I
he
just
is.
want
I can't remember his name because
no,
we're,
I
we're
have
on
no idea.
IG, but just know I'll see you again. But I hate
Right?
that the rap did it like that though, personally.
I'm sure. And I'm gonna have to go back to what you said. So I said wow when you said you teared up because obviously this is so meaningful. I mean, from Afghanistan to BJJ, like
Mhm.
obviously that holds a lot of weight. And um I am accepting of your tears and your emotions. I want you to cry. I want black men to cry. It's
Ah,
okay to cry.
oh yeah, you want
Um
me? Okay, I got you.
you don't have to, not now, but anytime that you need to cry, I think crying it for me is very, it releases a lot of tension. So, I've had plenty of things to cry about, but it's very therapeutic for me to cry. I don't do it in front of everybody. Definitely not.
So your pride
But
stopped you from doing it in front of everybody, but you cry
but
in the shower and you feel better. Is what you're
so
trying to.
not in the shower, but also I challenge myself to do some acting. So I've been a part of two projects, and one of my projects I did a monologue where I cried. So having that be public and be, I am, and I cried in one of my episodes, on my trauma episodes on my show, on purpose, because I want there not to be some sort of stigma or issue with people having natural human emotions. So I just wanted to say that. And I'm glad that you shared your experience through competition of even the time that you've lost.
Mhm.
I don't look at although I haven't competed in BJJ, I don't look at competition as winning or losing in the same way of points and what have you. Like that is a very factual way of looking at winning and losing. But I've seen UFC fights where somebody was disqualified for doing this, or whatever it is. Like the way that a fight ends, like the end result of it, that matters. It's not just you win because you were the best man to win, or best woman to win, or best person to win. It's not always that. So I guess that's what I want to bring up to you is what does winning and losing mean to you?
Well, I guess losing mean I'm gonna have to improve wherever the hell they had to be on top of their game to get the better of it. But winning is like the end goal. I don't register or sign up for places to go in and lose, like you said, on the factual side or technical side of why I signed up. Now, if I want to lose at any point, I should be losing when I'm in the gym training for a tournament because I don't go to tournaments with the you got athletes who come to the tournament and they said, "Hey, I still learned something." I'm the athlete to go to a tournament with. Now I'm still humble and I talk to everybody. Hey, how you doing? All this, but once we're on the mat, I'm coming there to help you up. Like, I'm not. I notice I do have a part where I don't go to break arms because see I'll hold a sub knowing he need to go in and tap. Or I done did it where I didn't kind of heard the little sound as the elbows going back. But matter of fact, one of the cats, my buddy now, we rode when I was in South Carolina. I traveled out there to Greensville and I went against Chris Kennedy. I remember while we're rolling because we had two matches, and I remember rolling that second one, and I had him in the Americana, and I had it where it was pretty, like his stuff started making that noise like that before you about to hear the little popping, and I'm like, dude, why don't you tap me? I'm saying
Yeah.
this doing a match with somebody who I didn't know at that time because now me and him are best of buddies, and basically every competition I didn't travel to besides a few of them me and Chris are out there. But I was like, dude, why don't you tap? Because maybe that's the part as being a competitor. I haven't shut off the human factor yet, or I'm not gonna say yet. I haven't shut off the human factor, but unfortunately, sometimes people make you have to take it there. Like I know I popped somebody's stuff when I was at ATT because the dude just wouldn't tap, and I just said, you know what, fuck it. But thank God I didn't have the shoulder just hanging off. Yeah, but I know whatever the hell happened, he didn't live his arm again. But I asked him like I said with a lot of them, you ask. But when you usually at your gym, you don't do that. But at competitions, at Worlds, matter of fact, at Worlds, can't remember his name, but he trains out of San Antonio. So we met in Dallas in the semifinals. Yeah, I caught him in Americana too, and dude didn't want to tap to this shit. Start making like I say, it's when that I know it's whenever that tissue or ligaments there start stretching,
Hmm.
and I don't know why people do it. Maybe it's pride, because you don't want to tap. But Yeah, that's times that I've dealt with that. It's because of that.
I'm sure it's pride. I'm sure I
Mhm.
mean, it's not a, but, even talking to my previous guest, I don't know if you know the buggy choker.
Yeah, the buggy choke. Yeah, yeah. A lot of cats
Yeah.
try. If you don't know what you're doing, I said don't try that.
Well, he was on the buggy choker, the guy,
Uh-huh.
Austin was on my show. So he was on
Okay.
the previous episode, but he told me the story of him trying to tap a black belt and
Yeah.
tearing things in his neck, and but that, he doesn't have any regret that he would do that, again,
Mhm.
because of that circumstance. But I think in most cases it's pride. And I think BJJ, I think your relationship with your training partner or your competitor, I think
Mhm.
that's karmic. I think that relationship is and so you're both there to learn a lesson. So
Mhm.
if the lesson is, hey, I should tap sooner, or I shouldn't be so prideful, then
Right.
what a way to learn. I mean, that's physical, that's a karmic reaction that you can take home with you and
Yeah.
learn from for a period of time.
Hmm. I rather learn, like I say, when I'm training in the gym.
Sure.
I don't need to learn at a tournament because I done had a couple wins that were ugly wins, but I learned from the win. But the losses, I think before I learned how to accept, all right, you're not gonna win them all. I would take them pretty hard at the beginning. Maybe, and like I say, it's probably more behind the pride. And you're supposed to be this badass, but now you gotta humble yourself because you didn't got beat. And you didn't maybe you didn't go as hard as you probably should have, and that part, like I say, hurts your feelings.
I think that to me is the difference between winning and losing. I won't take too much of your time. They really need to. But um
Skylar, close the door. Yeah, she got like a little choir thing. At 7 our time, so
I
that's what
see.
2 hours. Yeah, so I'm
Oh,
gonna take
okay.
this little choir. I can't even think what you call it, but it's basically like a bunch of kindergartners about to be singing a song in sequence, and we'll see how it go.
It's very adorable. I've got young kids in my family too, nieces and nephews. So,
You get a break though. They stay
yeah,
in the
right.
house, man.
Just borrow them for a period of time. But I just want to say something about the winning and losing because, although I haven't competed, I think that the way I was approaching training is a way that I approach grad school and all of the other major things in my life. I
Mhm.
really have learned in the past year or so that it's really probably less time. I've realized in the past 6 months that it doesn't do anybody any justice by not showing up and being me. If I'm going to show up, I should show up.
Mhm.
And especially for whatever gym I'm a part of, for all of the members, because people should get to know me. There was a lot of times that I was not doing things to my full extent so I wouldn't intimidate people. That's not a good practice. So when towards the end of the time that I was at my gym, I was impressing more people
Mhm.
because I was being more of myself and not I didn't have time to keep up the persona that I was putting on, that I'm
Yeah.
shy and I'm not really shy. I'm really introverted. It's not because people
So you're not
confuse
shy,
it.
but you're introverted.
I'm a deep thinker. I'm a person that needs alone. I'm a researcher. I'm all of these things that require me to be not in social situations, but I'm not shy, and or lacking of bravery, or whatever you want to say in that regard. I'm not afraid to try things. I started training with my eyes closed. Like
Mhm.
it's just it does not do I don't know what benefit there is in me hiding any of the gifts that I have and any of the talents that I have. I should show up with that. because I think it'll help other people reveal their gifts, and and then we can just improve upon that instead of I'm going to play the role so that you feel like you can overpower me, or you don't feel bad when I beat you. Like, no, I should I should show you I can beat you every time.
Yeah, I didn't got lost in that where I would say half of them know it, maybe the other half don't. Where if I'm going with a lower belt, or if I'm going with the same belt level, and your style is way better than theirs, kind of going at their level, so you're not just overwhelming them with, let's say, pressure, or just submitting them all the time, because that probably mentally drains a lot of them. And I notice a lot of them try to come harder because they feel like their odds are better because you're actually taking it easy. But I notice I do that a lot, and I had to work on, or I worked on that part where mostly when I'm cross training, yeah, I notice I kind of dog everybody now. Yeah, as far as if you're not on my level or better when I'm cross training, I usually kind of dog them because it's like they're just getting that false sense of success, not knowing you're just like why am I finna go crazy hard? Or well, I'm not going crazy hard, but you know what I'm saying. Why am I going to take it to that level? It's just now what I do. I work on other things while I'm doing it. I'm not just smashing them and going to just choke them out or something. I'm more working on transitions. I'm letting them put me in a kind of situation, but then I'm just breaking out of it, because I'm practicing myself while we're both rolling. But I'm not just dominating them the way I was not doing before. I'm making it a little bit tougher, and I'm actually getting something out of it now instead of just wasting time being like, this is a break before I roll with this brown belt or this black belt.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, so I've changed the way that I look at BJJ, the way that I train, the way that I see myself. And it really has improved my mental health. And so I guess my last question to you can ask me a question if you'd like,
Okay.
but my last question is how, I guess, what's the biggest impact that BJJ has had on your life that you want to share with our listeners, with my listeners?
Well, I would tell your listeners, impact wise, I would say BJJ helped me with my temperament because I noticed I was getting easily bothered before I went and started doing BJJ, and then it'll make you way more conscious of your mistakes, so it'll make you think about some stuff you probably didn't think about in the gym and outside the gym. That way you prevent yourself from making them same mistakes, honestly. But that would be my biggest one is discipline and temperament, and then staying humble. Like I said, I was already humble, but it put it on another level. Kind of like you'll never see me just having an outburst on a social media site or something, or anything of that nature. And it also taught me. Last one it taught me was not to underestimate anybody. A guy that came in on a skateboard with his glasses on, and he was playing Call of Duty on his cell phone. Or sorry to say EverQuest, but that might be too dated. But he thought he was just an IT geek. He might be the nastiest one in your gym.
Yeah.
He might be the nastiest one in the gym. He just looks like he's a librarian guy, sitting at the library to take your orders. The cat will, yeah, he will, he will humble you and surprise you.
That's my favorite part. I love playing that role. I'll be the librarian that goes and whoops up on everybody.
Yeah.
Those are
Females
great
are tricky.
messages.
Yeah, females are real tricky, man. Yeah, they're
It's
real
a
tricky.
it's quite an experience for me because there's not there's not a lot of women that train. So I think actually to my benefit,
Mm-hmm.
me getting to train with guys, because from a self-defense aspect,
Mm-hmm.
women are not trying to attack me. Men are attacking me. And
Yes.
so having just that repetitive experience of this is what it feels like for someone to be on top of you, or someone to
Mm-hmm.
choke you, or someone to strike you, and
Mm-hmm.
all of those things. So
Yeah.
um and thanks for sharing those aspects of what's how that's impacted your life, because um that's what I've gotten from my experience in BJJ. And I think that all of that applies to life. All of that applies to mental health, but your discipline, humility, I think it makes you a better person.
Mm-hmm. So I guess what's next for you, BJJ wise, since you say you're 8 months in or almost, and you're two stripes on your white belt, so you're halfway there for your blue belt.
So I'm
What's
I'm a
next?
little bit I'm a little bit more than 8 months. Where am I at? I think I'm at 14 months, 15 months. I'm at 15 months.
Yeah. So
Sure.
you should be able to start then. By now you should be able to roll then. If you said he wanted you in 8 months at first, or you talking about his school alone?
That the his school
Oh,
alone. Yeah. So or I don't know if that's the Gracie philosophy. I'm that ignorant. I don't know. But at least that's what they showed me, their program. Um, I what's next for me? I Whatever I do, if I'm going to compete, which would be nice,
hmm,
I have to take it a little slower. I can't be preparing for competition and for promotion,
yeah.
and training 7 days a week, 2 to 3 hours a day at the gym, training at home. I was training for 5 hours. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot of time in a day
It is.
to
It is.
be putting that on your body. And then I wasn't eating enough. I wasn't getting enough calories. So I was burning like 3,000 calories. And
Mm-hmm.
then, having the injury with the concussion, that put me at risk. So yes, I'm in very good shape, and I was able to recover quick, but I can't put myself in that position again. But also on the flip side of things, I'm a lot better than I thought I was. I'm, as far as my skill level, I
Yes.
should, towards the end of my training on in Aurora, I'm sorry, not Aurora, Arvada, Broomfield, and Westminster were
Mm-hmm.
the cities that I trained in. Towards the end, I was getting paired with brand new people, and I saw myself change as far as um being an instructor, like in teaching someone else what I knew. And
Mm-hmm.
I know quite a bit. Like, I think because I've written it out, because I've watched hours of fighting, I watch UFC most Saturday nights. Like, I'm so immersed in it that I can communicate about what I'm seeing, and have a critique. I need to make sure to hold space for all of those skills that I now have, and keep developing those skills, and prepare for a competition that I think I'm ready for.
Hmm. Well, first thing I would say if I was evaluating what you just said is for one, I know you're not let's say ignorant, understanding what the Grayson policy is, because you're definitely the type who's gonna Google it and confirm whatever he just told you. So you obviously know, you just don't want to tell us. That's for me and your followers. I know that. But second, you don't strike me as if you're gonna be competing anytime soon, because you are you think a whole lot from what I'm grasping during our interview, and I feel like you're gonna need confirmation on your confirmation on somebody else's confirmation before you're gonna decide. I want to compete, and not, nothing's wrong with that, because you got to be comfortable. In the end, coaches gonna always be comfortable because they're telling you
Right.
what to do, but you're the one in there. So if you're not comfortable, mostly at your gym with somebody on top of you, I hear people a lot saying, I feel claustrophobic. That's why I tap, because all the pressure, I couldn't breathe. it might be because the pressure was that bad you couldn't breathe. It might not be because there's claustrophobic, how some people
Yeah.
say it. And then
Hmm.
another thing, if they are claustrophobic, you got to continue to roll so you could kind of get over that fear. It's kind of like somebody who's afraid to do roller coasters. You're not going to get over the fear if you're like, I want to do better. I want to be able to ride them. You're not going to get over the fear if you don't start at them baby roller coasters and slowly step up to where you're like, I can keep my eyes open. It's not as bad as I thought. So it take repetition, like you're saying, practice and repetition before you'll improve. And then you'll be getting better and won't realize it till, like you said, you're going with newer people or somebody at your level, and you see how the technique you're using is actually dominating them, or you're just getting away from everything, and they're trying their damnedest, to to keep you down or either submit you. But once you hit that point, it's impossible for people to kind of stop you because your growth is your growth, and that's where I think a lot of people get held back. They look at a person who started when they started and saying, "Damn, why I can't throw people like he throwing, like the judo throws when you're standing up, or why I can't do this move like he do that move." It might not be for your body type. You know what I'm saying? You might just have to do what's best for you, and I think that's another block that hurts people because they're too busy comparing. Even even the ones that are quiet, they're still, battling them demons in their head. And that, if I could tell anybody anything, just think about yourself and grow on your level. Yeah, don't worry about the peers or your buddy you started with, because you wanted them to start with you. But they're looking better than you in a sport you brought them over to. It might just be more for them. I know I don't do gymnastics, so if somebody tell me, "Hey, I want you to be, horizontal on that on the monkey bars," I'm not your guy.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then my arms will give out. Yeah, I'm not about to burn myself out like that.
Well, thanks. I am a deep thinker, but I do also take action. So I did sign up to join an MMA gym and this whole journey and
Yes.
started in Muay Thai and then picked up wrestling and BJJ, just like and really working on those. So I don't want to waste that,
Oh,
I don't want to, and I don't want to say wasted, but I mean I want to put that to use. I don't want to just maybe teach this to my clients or make these mental health tools. I want to see what else I can do with my body. That's what that's my goal in life, is to experiment with myself. What else can I learn? What else can I put into practice? Can I learn to cook something new or whatever it is? So yeah, I'll pick a competition that I think is right in the right time. And that was one of the funnest parts, was like having a few months of time to, this is what I need to strengthen, how is my cardio? What is my, what does my nutrition look like? Am I
mhm.
drinking enough water? Like that's my default, because I was a distance runner. So training for something for long periods of time is something that comes natural.
What did you
So,
run?
so I ran, I did cross country, so we did, I think, 2 miles. But then in track, I did the 800, I did the mile, and sometimes the 2 mile.
Mm.
Um, and my siblings also did track and field. So all my older siblings did track and field. One of my older brothers was always in the newspaper doing hurdles and got a scholarship that way. And my two older sisters too. We trained for we were training in school, and then we did summer track. So we were just training all year,
You're
just
around.
all the time. But yeah, from like fifth grade, sixth grade to I graduated. So
Mm.
um yeah, I know. Yeah, and so I had good my siblings. I had good athletes to look up to, and they
All right.
were leaders at our school too. So getting ready for competition is something I'm excited for.
So did you run in college?
I didn't. No. I did, like 10Ks and stuff like that um,
Yeah.
outside of school, just on my own. But I also dance. I make sure to do that most days, and I think that helps my jujitsu. I think it helps Muay Thai as well. Just my coordination and um, feeling comfortable in my body. But
So do you
uh,
salsa or do you tango?
I knew. Look, I can tell you're about to ask me some questions
Well,
about it.
it's because you said
This,
to help your Muay Thai. So if you tango, I know tango, it's a lot of turns in there when I was learning it. But if you salsa, it's definitely a lot of turns in there. Like it's nothing but turns. It's not really that front back, that 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, that people be
yeah.
thinking. Nah, like that.
Well, I'm not officially trained dancer. I didn't get to. We can afford all pick one sport and
Yeah.
do that. Yeah. So we couldn't afford lessons, but I know that some of those Latin dances, yes, all types, all contemporary and hip hop and all of it. So
Oh, so you do a more choreography then?
yeah, definitely. And I think that applies to like feet placement and Muay Thai and just all of it.
Yeah, rhythm, yeah, and all of that. Definitely the timing. But that's what's up, man. Find out you in the background of the Chris Brown video or something.
I'd be in the front. I'll be in the front singing
Well,
with
usually the
Chris.
singer in the front. That's the reason why I said it like that. I ain't telling you be way in the back. I'm just saying usually you have the artist in the front. So.
I'll be a feature. I'll be singing with him,
Ah,
and then we'll dance. Yeah, just
multi-talented.
let Chris know that I'm trying to start a project with him.
Ah, okay, you're versatile. I got you.
I've done some acting.
Mhm.
I like being a student. But
Yeah.
anyway, enough about me. Unless you want to ask me any more questions. Do you have
Yeah,
any
well,
questions?
I assume since you said y'all been running your whole life, the whole family must be petite, or either y'all are just slim and fit, because long distance and then running year round. Because like you, I ran 800, the mile and the 2 mile in the eighth grade, ninth grade, 10th grade. And I think then my junior year, that's when I ran sprint relay, the quarter, or the 400 meter for people who don't know what the quarter is, and then the mile relay. And the senior year, I was gonna go back to the 800 meter run, but then I didn't end up running the senior year. So I got an idea of what you're talking about. I done ran some 5Ks since I had been out of school, and I didn't run a marathon like a lot of them begged out there in Greece. When we was in Greece, a lot of them ran a marathon or the half marathon, but I didn't run it with them. But I noticed they were hurting for like a week, so I probably didn't want to do that because during my Greece times, I was what 20. Yeah, I was 20, and you got to think overseas, you could drink after you're 18. So I was busy partying, and I didn't go to Ibiza, but I went everywhere else that was around that European area. So even though I was running, and I think around that time we had I was running like a 8 minute mile and a half around that time. So I still was decent with it, but when you're in the early 20s, if you're still active, you should be good running wise. But I don't really run anymore. I used to kind of run when I first started BJJ, but I kind of cut it out all the way. Like if I'm not rolling, I'm really not doing nothing cardio wise.
Are you asking if I still run? Is that your question?
You know how that was one of those moments where you asked him, but you didn't say, "Hey, do you run? Do you
It's
still
okay.
run?"
I don't. I have a dog. I should be running with my dog, but no. I really started dancing when I was really little, so maybe 6 or 7 years old, and
Okay.
that's my fallback. Even my oldest brother is a musician, so music and art around that is my default. So I feel like I'm running when I'll dance for a couple of hours. Like I'm getting whatever maybe I would get out of a run, but it
Yeah.
does hurt your body. It does if you're not careful, if you don't give enough time for recovery, it's not just like dance. It's not just like you can't compare the two. It really does take some from your body. And I'm a woman, got it running by myself, or if I want to run outdoors, I have to factor all of that in. It's not as simple as dancing.
Right. Yeah, no, I run on a treadmill. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I should run around the neighborhood because they claim outside is better, but it's kind of cold. That's what's funny. I don't be outside as much as I used to, and you would think I'm lazy actually when I'm not in the gym. Yeah, I don't, man, I don't do no extra walking or anything. Because when I was working for the Department of Interior at like national parks, yeah, then I was going through every park, and I ain't gonna lie, I rode the ATV then. Unless it was some type of bad terrains, like bad hilly area where it's kind of like damn near a mountain and you can't ATV. Yeah, I probably was in an ATV. And then I found out like a lot of people didn't know black people get sunburned too. I'm here to tell you.
They do.
Put
Yes,
on
they
your
do.
sunscreen or what is it, whatever.
Sunscreen, sunblock.
Yeah, sunscreen. Put that mess on because in Denver, probably was one of the worst times getting sunburned out there. And I mean, yeah, it was bad. Like my lips started peeling, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah,
Yeah, the forehead, the scalp. Because you
yeah.
got to think the ATV is just the top tearing me up. Because I took the hat off because I'm like, I got dreads, I'm cool. No, no, and leaving Atlanta, because when I went out there it was July this year, so it's like that ain't humidity, no humidity out here like I had in Atlanta. Like it's obviously hot, but it's levels to being hot. It's kind of like how you said, what was it? You was talking about running or competition. Is levels in competition, and yeah, man, I got sunburned bad.
I
I didn't
think
get burnt
it's
out lately. Bahamas, I got burnt. I've been getting burnt everywhere, so I just need to start my sunscreen. Yeah, man.
I think it's because Denver is you're a mile closer to the sun, and other places too. Like when there's a higher elevation, you burn
Mhm.
quicker. You're just closer to the sky, uh, and and it's so dry here, so that also contributes. But um, yeah, I don't run very often. I don't find it maybe I don't find it enjoyable. I don't think I ever did. I think I did it because I could get good at it and my
Yeah.
siblings were doing it. But
Hmm.
it's not how I would like to burn calories. Like
It's
I
not your
like going for
passion.
hikes.
It
It's
sounds like
not.
you'd rather do a dancing.
I much rather dance, but I can go for a hike. I mean, if I'm gonna, go out in nature, and I'll
Hmm.
say something about that EMDR therapy. I'm an EMDR therapist. Eye movement desensitization reprocessing. That's what it stands for. But
Okay.
the way that it was discovered is by when somebody was going for a walk, looking at a horizon is help bring them to a sense of calm. So the therapist, that's the goal before talking about traumatic memories, is to getting you to a place of calm so you're not reactive or triggered rather.
Hmm.
So going outside for a walk is good for your mental health. It'll help balance you out. So not necessarily a run. You can go for a run, but it just doesn't feel very good for me to go for a run.
Hmm. Yeah, I believe that. I always said changing my scenery though. Don't have me looking at the same thing to kind of calm me because I could get bored easily, and that could be another reason why jujitsu intrigued me because you're not gonna always run into that same situation about if I
Mhm.
turn left, he's gonna do this and that's what I'm gonna be in. I turn right, he's gonna do, you actually will be surprised, I guess, sometime how somebody will put you in a random situation that you didn't think you could be in. But mm, I maybe I need to go hiking more because I don't do that. But nah, nah. I think maybe if I keep my earbuds in, I could run because I need that music to kind of change that. Just hearing cars going down the road, or just looking at houses and hearing yourself breathing as you're running. Maybe that's what it is. I need to start putting these earbuds or these little headphones I got on. Maybe that'll help.
I think it does. I mean, at least when I'm training, having
Mhm.
music helps a lot. I mean, sometimes having silence helps, but having music connects me to the experience. So um, I am gonna wrap unless you have more questions for me. I don't have any more questions for you.
Well,
We can just keep talking.
I would say I could ask questions for days on the subject, not the subject.
That's okay.
But no, I guess what's your genre of music since you say you do dance?
I don't know if anything specific. Maybe I say jazz music and hip hop, but like I guess more modern day jazz. I mean classical jazz too.
Yeah.
Jazz music, jazz music. There's a lot of really cool modern day jazz. The way that it's being by the young kids, the
Mhm.
way that it's being used, but and hip hop and rap music and I've got a pretty lengthy shadow boxing playlist on Spotify and
Yeah.
um I use music for a lot. I mean, it helps regulate your mood. That's music is an outlet for me. So and as soon as I can, I know I just moved, but I was in the process of starting to record music. So that's the goal. My oldest brother he's recorded an album or two before, and his kids are into music and his wife, and so it's kind of a family thing.
Sort of rubbed off on you.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm not giving him credit, not just because he's a musician, because I'm
Yeah,
also
got
good
you.
at
You
singing
got
and
your own
stuff.
talent.
Yeah, I
So,
think so.
when should I lock in this hard date for you're doing your first turn? That's what I
I
need to know
don't know. I don't even know when
because
competitions are
I
gonna
got a
be.
pad down here. I just need to write it down. So, is that where we're finna start a commitment?
I don't I have no
On
idea
this
when
interview right
competition.
here with Thomas, or we got a hard date of when I'm doing my first competition because I'm not just a sayer, I actually do it, is what you told me earlier.
Oh
Because I
my
know you got your
goodness,
master's
yeah.
degree, so that means you obviously committed to
Yes,
stuff.
you're very calling me out. Okay. I don't know I don't know about I think there's competition in Denver. I think I'm gonna have to travel back to Denver. I don't think there's anything out here, but I'll look into it.
Not in
I
the
doubt
Junction area, I don't think.
wow, it's nothing. So that I'll have to factor that in, and I'll have to factor in where I'm gonna live because since I moved to Colorado, I've been in that area, in the Boulder kind of area. So
Yeah, okay. And I think that was where I can't even lie, man. I can't even really recall 100% where it was at. All I remember is I left the airport and you can see the mountains when you're crossing. And I probably was like 10 minutes from there before I made it to that little y'all loop around around the main interstate. I can't or around the city. Yeah, we would call it 285 in Atlanta, but I don't know what y'all call it loop.
I don't know what it is.
But Colorado was cool though, is what I can say.
It's nice. I like it out here. It's just really expensive. It's one of the most expensive places to live. But I want to ask you, do you have sponsors? Do you have things that you represent? I saw a few different things on your page.
Yeah, I have some sponsors. First, now that you named or said that, I gotta call them all out. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, please. Promote yourself.
I'll be
I know.
crucified. I'd like to say thank you, Audibus, for all the clothing, the rash guards, and the geese that Brian says sending in the future. They hold it down. Shout out to Battle Bars, the best protein bar, and I ain't saying it just because I'm with them. See, they didn't want to say it when they was on a podcast that I did with them, but Cliff Bars taste like butt. I'm not saying I ate butt. Just want to put it out there. I didn't eat butt, but I heard what butt tastes like, and Cliff Bars taste like butt.
Okay, okay.
And so Battle Bars, yeah, they definitely solid, and they got every damn flavor. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like when they hit me with the lemon ones, I was like, what the hell? Like, where do y'all stop? Because I'm a cookies and cream ice cream guy. And they had the cookie and cream bars, and I'm just surprised. And now that they're collabing with bigger, you know what I'm saying? They're mainstream. If you ever watch Bellator, you're gonna see a battle bar on the logo. So
Okay.
battle bar is the next move. Protein bars wise, gym supplements. So if you went in any GNC, you've seen the gym supplements, and I'm pretty sure they didn't use them. Whether it's the protein, the pre-workout, the post-workout, the vitamins, the muscle relaxers, you didn't use it. Shout out to Gains in bulk, because Gains in bulk, the main guy, who anybody who does MMA would understand is Justin Gaethje. He's the main guy behind Gains, and he's from the local town, so
Yeah.
in the middle Midwest area, and Gaines is definitely holding it down with any supplements as well, and you name it, they got it, and most of their supplements are that's all I got upstairs. If I took this upstairs, my pantry my pantry is full of the Kill Cliff, because Kill Cliff sent me like a huge box, and they're veteran owned as well. Like Navy SEAL is the founder, but I got nothing but supplements, and I need to start taking more. Like that's the thing. Only thing I've been doing is post workouts, because the pre workouts be having me so damn amped. I be getting lightheaded. I'm not gonna lie. Like pre workouts, from what my buddy told me from a gym, he said, "Dude, this is strong." And then I said, "Hey, man, my tolerance is weak for pre-workouts. Like the post-workout, I could deal with kind of having that little, you have too much energy, that little kind of itchy feeling. I could deal with it, but I put smaller doses in my post-workouts. But shit, I mean, I tried to keep it PG-13, but I'm just saying, dang, it hit so damn.
It's okay. We're grown. It's okay.
It hit so hard, but damn, yeah, that threw me off for a second.
That's all right. You're going through your response. I know, obviously.
But Perry, another clothing,
Okay.
another clothing brand. Perry is like the creme de la creme. Any top tier jiu-jitsu athlete is most likely with Perry and rocking Perry. And by the fact, George was out there, and when the first time I met George in person, he was out there at ADCC in Vegas in September when we first met in person. But his brand is booming, and when you're selling your brand at ADCC, enough said, because ADCC, as much as I'm ranked #1 in IBJJF, ADCC no gi. That shit is like the Olympics for BJJ. And except you'll get suplexed on your fucking head, and you never keep going. That's the only competition I seen somebody ass get tackled off the mat to concrete, and they ass was still rolling. I was like,
wow.
Man, seeing it in person is way different than seeing it on Flow Grappling. Yeah, in person, where they could roll out the mat and roll over on your ass, is definitely different. But Perry, that's all I can say. Perry goes hard, and the athletes. Oh my God, I need to get better with the ankle locks and shit. Because if they grab your foot, just go ahead and tap. Because a lot of them guys don't mind popping the ankle, your shin, your ACLs, all that. They don't give a damn. They're in it to win it. And you guys need to learn how to tap quicker, because them heel hooks done change the whole game. Because it will jack you up if you don't work out without a physical therapist. that'll be a lifetime disability.
Okay.
Yeah, because see, now you're putting the pressure on me, man.
Do you have any more sponsors? You have a lot of
Yes.
sponsors.
Shout out to Underdog. My
Okay.
dad's a bishop. Let me put that out there first. My grandpa, which is my dad's dad, I don't want y'all to mix up the mom side, is a retired reverend. A few first cousins are ministers. The wife's grandma is a retired minister. So basically, they're a Christian-based brand, but they're athletic wear and rock this shit.
That's Underdog, right?
Hey, I have to say, hey, I have to stay Christian brand. Rock that
So it's
shit.
okay. It's okay.
But,
I think they'll still listen.
but
They'll
in the
probably
end,
still
you
listen.
know, they all rock with me. Not just because the blessed ability that I have due to the sport of my achievements, because the sense of humor as well. And then, you know, shit, because I'm forgetting somebody, and I hate that. Yeah,
That's okay.
because you'll have to hear about this shit later. Y'all don't have to hear about it like I have to hear about
I won't.
it. Okay, I have to hear about it when your DMs are in vanish mode. Like, man, I already know some bullshit. Why
Well,
you
at the
avoiding
very
bench mode? Yeah, but no, true nutrition, true warrior nutrition, a military-based supplement company, and they've been backing me pretty strong. And actually, if you look at me in competitions, I have the main ones I have on the rash guard. They're on the rash guard, and and I'm like a walking damn logo. So you you'll see the brands or you'll see the sponsors, and I'm gonna continue repping in all my high level competitions that I plan on doing because I really don't plan on doing any more traveling locally. So I won't go to Charleston, Greenville, any of that. Only thing I plan on doing from now on is either the super fights where you're doing fight to win or the one up there in Memphis. I can't think of his name. Dude keeps sending me the shit, so I'm gonna eventually gonna go to this shit. The PFG, can't remember what the hell you stand for, but I'm gonna go to your shit too, cause you keep hitting me up. So I'm gonna go to all them shits. I just gotta tighten up my leg lock game, cause I really haven't been, other than straight ankle, I haven't really been practicing leg locks and shit. But other than super fights, we'll do only pans and worlds. So I don't care for doing gi as much. I don't know about you. I more prefer no gi, but my professor likes gi, you know, and it's a gi based, you know, umbrella that I'm under because I'm under the Team Roberto Travin's umbrella, and it's mainly, you know, pushing gi and all the old school BJJ guys mainly push gi, but I love no gi. But the thing is, if I trained like these 10th Planet guys and only did no gi, I know I would be cakewalking a lot of the asses because I don't get to train it unless I go to an open mat or unless it's a Tuesday, Thursday sometime, or a Saturday. And Saturday they're not always doing no gi. So that's why I'm saying these cats lucky. I haven't been training like I could. But COVID took me out for a while too. I forgot that. I was out 4 months because I had inflammation around the heart and
Oh
shit,
no.
6 months. Hell yeah, 6 months. Because the inflammation around the heart thing lasts forever. They had me on steroids, promethazine, and all the rest of that stuff. But
Goodness.
yeah,
I'm
and
glad you
that
recovered.
definitely took forever. Just laying down eventually, I guess resting, binge watching Netflix, and
But you
I
also
don't
got
know.
to compete. So you recovered and you got to compete. So that's a blessing.
Yeah, I probably came back too early that first one because, like I said, I think I had got my purple belt right before COVID time came, and when it hit me, I didn't have the taste for at least a month.
Wow.
That nausea feeling, I had that for a while, but it was between that being fatigued, that out of breathness, and the nausea feeling that was. That's why I couldn't train. Like I just had to be like, hey, I can't do nothing. Like I used to
That
sit in this little sauna in the basement, but I couldn't even do that, man. I felt like I was about to pass out. And I got fat. I ain't gonna lie. I got up to like 240 something. When I used to be like 210, like walking around at 210. Now I didn't got it down back since training because you can't simulate, I guess, how training you're just gonna lose weight, period. If you're doing this enough, because it's like cardio.
yeah.
So no longer 245, I'm more around the two. Because at the Worlds, I ain't gonna lie, I started drinking. I wasn't drinking before that, but I was like, fuck this shit. Let's go pop a bottle of Azul. We're sipping it, eating tacos. 'Cause my wife like Mexican food, so went to this
I
little authentic restaurant in LA, and I brought a bottle and turned up.
well, after competition, definitely get to turn up. Um,
Well, disappointing competition to get disqualified because, of course, everybody DMing you or saying slide through, check out my match. I don't want to check your shit out, man. I just got disqualified. Now it
that
would have been worse. I lost. Then I would have really been salty because losing to me and getting because this is the first time I've ever been disqualified. But losing and getting disqualified, two different things. Like I got disqualified. I don't feel like I got beat. Vice if I lose, I got beat. So I'm just
sure,
like,
sure, sure.
I want that win back. Yeah. So I still want to see Buddy though. But I'm missing another damn sponsor.
That's
Yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna so Thomas More, I'll put the video up on the link up on my Instagram, my
Okay.
freedom underscore to underscore fight. It's freedom to fight page and on my personal page, and let people link to your page if you like new followers. And I'm just gonna mention, because you've mentioned your people, the gym that I'm a part of.
Oh
Yeah,
my God, you did
kind
not
of,
look it
sort
up
of.
while I was talking.
I sure did, and it
Oh
took
my
me a
God.
long time because I wasn't I wasn't looking over. It's just a
There.
Gracie Jiu Jitsu gym. It's just in Grand Junction. That's all it is. And I've invited them to come and
Oh, it's
be
just
on the
Grace
show.
Jiu-Jitsu Gym.
Yeah, that's the name of it. Gracie Jiu Jitsu Grand Junction. So, um, their husband and wife, and I'm gonna let them come on my show. There's another therapist that works. I'm sorry, that attends that gym. That's a member at the gym, and they're starting new classes as well that they want me to join. So, I'm just not used to not being able to roll. So that's a new philosophy for me. But I am enjoying my time there.
And I
Um,
looked them up, and I believe that's they were like a family-based gym because they were the closest to me when I was out that way, and I might have. Only thing I can recall is it was a Hilton and it was a Marriott, and they were close to wherever I was at because those two spots was right there near like a shopping area. I mean, not a shopping
mhm.
area, but restaurants. But and I looked them up, and I remember him telling me that because I was saying, yeah, I just wanted to, check out your gym and roll. And he was like, yeah.
They don't have
But you
that.
know what? I appreciate him for being transparent because some people just want you to go to their gym and they're not thinking about their students. Like
Safety.
it ain't like I said, hey, I'm on kill mode. I think I was more like, yeah, I just want to spar or I want to do one of your classes and I want to roll and see new techniques, new people style while I'm traveling because I hit gyms from time to time when I travel. Like when I was in Chicago, I was at Soul Fighter those 2 weeks, and I'm not a Soul Fighter guy. Like they actually one of my competitors, but I got to see new styles and go against them.
Yeah. It's easier for me to train if I do it continuously and not take breaks. But
Hmm.
sometimes it's good to rest for recovery. But I think I'm gonna wrap because the video is starting to get
Okay.
choppy.
Yeah, I'm actually tagging you right now.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on getting this edited and put online so that people get to know about Thomas More.
Okay. It was it was a great podcast, and I enjoyed talking with you.
Thank you so much for coming on and finding me online and connecting me with your people. And I'll stay in touch with you and
Oh, yeah.
let you know when I'm going to compete.
Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate you for sticking to it. I'll
Yeah,
compete.
definitely.
Be
Definitely.
a
Okay.
hard day though. Gotta quit
I'm yeah,
switching.
I'm going to stop the video real quick
Oh,
before
yeah,
I
yeah.
hang up. Okay. Okay. And that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I would like to ask you a question. I'm posting questions at the end of the episode, but I'd like to ask you directly. How do you think we can connect more veterans to BJJ? How can we connect and spread the word about the healing qualities of BJJ? You can submit your answers to me via email, anurafree@gmail.com, Anura, ANURA, free, FREE, @gmail.com, or connect with me on Instagram. Do both. My Instagram is at freedom_2_fight. So it's at freedom_2_fight, freedom to fight. And let's get some conversations going. Thank you so much for listening, and tune in for my next episode. Thanks.